What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Old Heads Media. I am Mr. Michael.
And I am the Mac Diva.
Yes. Hey, we got some exciting stuff today. We're going to go over some stuff with you again. Look, she over here cracking up. Hey, before we get started, though.
It's just Mac Diva, and I just sat here, and I'm like, I feel like I should have said some other shit.
It's all good. Hey, before we get started, though, we got something we got to address. I told you I was coming back around to this. So, right. I'm a dollar, not a dime. We need to talk about this.
We do.
You said this on the last on the introduction video that we did, and apparently you got some flack about it. So
I got some flack about it.
Yes, I'm gonna sit back for a minute. I'm gonna let you kind of dig into that.
It was like a super passive aggressive question, and I was surprised that it came from a dude, because usually dudes understand what I'm saying right off the rip. But
right,
the question was, somebody's listening to it while somebody's playing it, and I'm asking for the feedback. And the friend of said person is, but what if not everybody thinks she's cute? Well, two things are wrong with that. Number one, I'm 50. Please don't think I'm cute. It's kind of embarrassing. And number two, that comment has not a damn thing to do with what I look like at all. I'm a dollar, not a dime. That's all the motherfucking time. Because guess what? If you write a list of 10 things you want in anybody that you want around you, you know what I'm saying? Your friend, your sister, your cousin, however you want these people to be, make a list of 10 things and rate them 10 to 10, and you're going to see my name and you're going to check that motherfucker 10 times. 10 times 10. That's my dollar. That's me. You're going to check it 10 times. I'm a 10 on everything. I don't give, look, you get me talking about myself. You know I love me, nigga. You know I love me.
Don't hyperventilate.
She is me, the Mac Diva. She is a 10 out of 10, 10 times. That's what that means. So it has nothing to do with what I look like, because I don't give a fuck what you think I look like. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather be exactly what I am than a beautiful dummy. So if you don't like it, I mean, goddamn it, don't look. Ain't that what they told us in school? Don't like it, don't look.
Hey, check this out.
I dig every thing that comes out of my mouth and then sit up. And I know it was an honest question, because the person that asked the question didn't even see me. It was an honest question. But what if everybody don't think she's cute? Well, everybody can kind of kiss my ass, because I don't care about being cute. What I care about being is fire. I am the bomb. I'm she. She is me.
Here go the thing. I got a comment for the ladies and for the men. First of all, to the ladies. If all you bring to the table is looks, then you're not a 10, you're a trophy.
You're going to be in trouble when the meal is gone.
That part.
If all you bringing is, but you know, that's what I said, because nobody wants to wake up with a beautiful dummy every day, unless she's paying.
And look, to have your back, they got to understand too, like you said, you 50. We old school for a reason. We come from the generation where we not in this for, do you like me? I like me. That's
right.
We don't give a fuck about you, Pat.
And where you really had talent, you had to have talent to be famous.
Yeah. So, all right. I just wanted to give you the opportunity, because when you brought that up to me, I was like, man, that's kind of crazy. But
yeah, that was crazy. Because as much as I say it, motherfuckers that know me, as much as I say it, and that's my shit. That's one of my Gwenisms.
Yeah.
We ain't heard that nowhere else. That's my shit. I'm gonna trademark that bitch. But as much as I say it, I just had never. It took me off guard, because it's like men always understand. But you know, I hang with a bunch of men all the time anyway.
Right.
It's just like men always understand like exactly what I'm saying. And it's usually, I would expect that from a female, but that was just crazy. That was a dude.
Tender.
All right, though. Y'all don't have to think I'm cute. Please don't.
Don't do the eyes like that, though.
I mean, because please don't.
Hey,
next I feel like put a bib on me and tickle my feet.
Nah, you're too old to be cute. You ain't worried about cute. Hey, check it out, though. I want to put something on for you real quick. I want you to check this out. Sit back for a second. It's only about 2 minutes long, give or take.
Am I going to need my glasses?
There we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Because I got them.
I ain't in this motherfucker by myself then. All right, people, I'm going to go ahead and pop this on. I want you to check it out. I want you to tell me where it took you back to.
Oh, Lord.
And then I want to tell you, then I want to talk to you about something about this. So
okay,
most people already know about this, but I'm gonna put it on anyway. So check this out.
All right. You can take the children and bounce them on their knees. Bounce them on the knee and then sing the melody. The Varnell man. Did you mean he's mine?
All right, look. What the people want to know is about the real Varnell. Varnell the man, okay? What kind of car you driving, brother?
Actually, I'm not driving anymore, man.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I actually have a limo.
Oh.
Yeah, Mercedes limo.
A Mercedes limo. You didn't have to throw that in. You rolling like that, huh? All righty. Rolling like that. Okay, well, you got a big house? You got acres?
We own half the county.
So you mean all that's you? Whatever's in the county, all that's you?
A lot of investments. We bought homes. We bought stores, retail.
What about basketball courts? Brother, we like what about that?
Actually, we don't have an outdoor coat. We have an indoor coat, white bleached wood. Larry Bird was down at the house, man. Let me tell you something.
Why didn't you have the brothers down there to play ball? Why Larry Bird got to come to your house to play ball?
Him and Jordan made that McDonald's commercial there. Do you remember that?
That was your house?
Exactly. That's where it started.
Okay, well, enough about that. Do you have a pool, brother? You got a thing you can swim in, splash. You got that?
Don't have a pool. Got me.
I thought I had you.
But we got a 10-mile lake out back. Call it Lake Varnell. Yes, catfish are delicious. So what I'd do is I'd go out back, man. Cast my reel, pull that out, fry it, dye it, lay it to the side, red beans and gravy. I ain't too lazy.
So, you got catfish in the pool. Brother, look, we got to break for commercial. We'll be right back. Ain't this something?
All right. Hey, so I had to put that on real quick because I wanted to dive into something about this, but talk to me. Because I seen as soon as it came on, you started laughing.
Man, because I noticed that already. A long time. Martin, he almost breaks character so many times in so many different situations because he can't keep from laughing, and that's what I like about it. You know what I'm saying? But that whole shit right there that wasn't supposed to happen, that makes for great. That makes for great watching. That's some great shit right there. I love Varnell though.
Yeah. So the story behind that was
because he was like.
So the story behind that was they used to do comedy shows and stuff like that together. So they was always competing against each other. So when
really?
Yeah. So when he was inviting, they was friends, but they was competitive, friendly competition. So
right.
When he was invited to do that show, you know what I'm saying? Tommy already had it in his mind, like, all right, I'm gonna show you. So when they got in there, he saw Martin's energy, so he was like, I ain't finna do nothing that's on this script. I'm finna do it all the time.
I did not know that. I didn't know that they was doing that. You know what I'm saying? You could pretty much figure, but you don't never know who's missing. I didn't know that they did shit together.
Yeah, I love it. The thing I wanted to talk to you about, which is the reason why I put this on here, was because it was just announced. I say now it's been about a week, a little bit more than a week now, but it was just announced by Martin, and they did like a little promo to it that the Varnell Hill show has been greenlit by BET Plus, And
I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, so Martin is supposed to be executive producing a spinoff from Martin about Varnell Hill. And the show is supposed to be based on, kind of loosely based on his success and his, navigating success in his life and this, that, and the other in show business.
Right.
And Tommy Davidson is coming back to play Varnell Hill.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. I was wondering, because I heard them say a lot of people been asking him, was they gonna bring back Martin? And he said, he don't think he'll ever do it. It wouldn't feel the same without Tommy and without Stan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And other key members. I disagree though. I think Martin should bring back Martin. You know what I'm saying? And do it as they
find some way to pull it off, but here's the thing. Fans, especially since we done waited so long and there's so many people that's been watching the reruns and they get used to them, that becomes like the family. You can't really replace nobody. If I feel like if he was going to do it, he would have to find a way to write off who's not here and keep it going in the way that it was, because too many people, you invite somebody new, it'd be too much judgment. Like they don't even fit in with them. And they, what I'm saying? They're overly criticized. Well, that's what I think.
No, I don't want them to bring nobody new in. What I want them to do is, as like at their age right now, like these are years later, Pam, you know what I'm saying, is doing her thing. Her and Gina are still best friends, but like Gina and Martin got divorced, but they all still friends. You know what I'm saying? And now they navigating that life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that.
So they dating. So that's where the guest stars are coming in.
Yeah, that's where the guest stars come in, because now they can bring
dating other people. It's gonna be like him saying "child."
That part, him being in his feelings when he see Gina with somebody.
I can dig that, as long as don't try to replace nobody or bring nobody new or do nothing like that. Because that's just I feel like it's gonna go wrong as shit.
You can't replace Tommy. Say for instance, Stan left Martin.
And I'm talking about people gonna be overly critical. I am people. People is me. Our people sitting there like
I am people too.
No, I don't. That'd be me.
Look, nah, but now that Stan not here anymore, right? Stan left Martin the radio station. So now the radio station is owned by Martin. You see what I'm saying? There's ways they could go with that and bring it back. But like you said, don't try to replace, especially Tommy. Don't try to replace Tommy.
No, you can't do that. I'm sorry.
I'm laughing at the faces. That's all right. That's all right.
Not on camera. This is some new shit for me. Y'all got to bear with me because I still have the tendency to look down, and I'm sitting here scrolling through my watch right now. Like I ain't got no business doing that. All right. I'm here.
It's all good. It's all good. So look, the reason why we created this channel, me and you was talking about this week. The reason why we created this and we doing this thing right here is because the whole premise behind Old Heads Media, or the Old Heads, is that we want to, put people up on game. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that's sitting out there in the archives that, because of, where we're at in music nowadays, this stuff is kind of been washed under the rug. It's a lot of new cats, a lot of young people that don't understand what music really is or what it should be. Or even the ones that do understand what music should be don't really have the knowledge of where it all came from. You know what I'm saying? So, we, as old heads, our mission is to not let the old gems die. You know what I mean? So me and you was talking about it this week, and we was talking about, introducing a couple of old gems to the, to the younger generation and kind of breaking them down. And
catching one of the lesser heard jams off of a popular album.
Right. So you sent me one that I kind of wanted to share. Now, for copyright reasons and stuff like that, we will be, stopping. We're not going to just play the song straight through for the whole 3, 4, 5 minutes. And from our generation, it could be 9 minutes. You never know. but we're not going to play the whole song straight through. We will be stopping, making little comments, things like that, because we can't play the song straight through. But, You know, that's where y'all come in, because even though we're not going to be able to monetize some of this stuff because of the fact that we don't own the rights to the music, you know, you liking and subscribing our page and sharing our page help us get our followers up and things like that. You know what I mean? It's greatly appreciated just to have your support in that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the song that you sent me, and we're gonna dive into this here real quick. I was actually listening to it, and it's one part, like the whole song is fire to me. Like I remember this song. I love the whole song. But there was one particular line coming from a songwriter. There's one particular line that I was like, you don't even know how deep that line was. but so, all right, I'm gonna go ahead.
Keep looking at. I can't keep looking. I can't keep looking at.
Yeah, right.
I wanna spend the night with you forever. Every time we wind up spending the night together, do you ever feel it? I wanna share.
Hold on, you over there vibing too tough, by the way. You done took your
Okay, I'm trying not to. Hey, that's my shit. That is my shit.
That's all right. That's all right though.
Yeah.
With you forever. Every time we wind up sharing a night together, do you ever feel it?
Hey, look, my line didn't come on here.
When I stay away from you, I never get to sleep. I try to hug my pillow and pretend that you're with me, but I can't feel it. Then when we are together, it's right there for me to see. I can't keep looking at loneliness and trying to call it freedom. Do you
Wanted to lay down right there. You felt
All right. Hey,
that's what
hey,
I look loneliness. I already know where you was going with that. Cause that's the
Man.
thing. That's some real shit right there.
That nigga said, I can't keep looking at loneliness and calling it freedom.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be
Man.
real with you, nigga. I want to spend the night this time. I love that so much because that's one of them things you had to find on an accident, but you had to be able to take your mind off of Lovely Day, because they lined it up right behind that. Lovely Day instantly became the hit. So when people would go out and buy the little 45 or either get the record, and once they dropped the needle, they're like, oh, I want to hear that again. You'd be surprised how many people just didn't. Tender Things, both of them got that little like samba, like you want to cha-cha to that shit. You know what I'm saying? It got that little Latin feel to it, that laid back. Both of them have it, but it was just like, it was amazing because a lot of people, I would play that. It's like, I'm like, yeah, this right here reminds me of this. And I play that. And it's amazing how many people have said to me over time, I have never heard that. You know what I'm saying? Like really, they just hadn't heard it. And I'm like, yeah, because it came out on an album that where it was like the greatest thing on the album. Everybody rocked with that first single. They rocked with Lovely Day, and they just didn't let it go no further. You know what I'm saying? The same way they did like with Use Me and stuff like that. Because when he died, everybody was talking about him and stuff. They was like everywhere. It was on Facebook. Put your favorite song. Everybody said "Love Me," "Lovely Day," and use me. It was like they forgot about the rest of that shit in grandma's hands. I was like, I give somebody $5. They can tell me any other song he sang. They forgot about just the two of us and everything.
Yeah. There's so many songs that's attributed to him. It's crazy.
Exactly.
And listen, grandma's hands, that's probably one of the most reused, song, but don't nobody even have a clue.
Throughout it, yep. And that's why I was like, everybody just kept saying the same songs. Like, y'all know this man had a plethora of songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And who is he and what is he to you? Come on, man.
Yeah. When we talk about iconic songwriters,
right,
and don't even come close.
Absolutely.
Of number, I'm not even going to talk about.
Well, we need to get to yours because I would really like to discuss an iconic songwriter.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know you would. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the one that I sent to you. This was also on an album that had several hits on the album. It was kind of overlooked by some people like us. We knew about this song, but all right, let me add it in
because we invested in the whole record.
Togetherness, lovingness, foreverness. It's love, I guess. That's why I'm blessed with peacefulness.
Look, the eyes
happiness, togetherness, lovingness, foreverness. It's love, I guess.
I can't
that's why I'm blessed with peacefulness. Well, folks tend to say when I'm not with you, I'm sad.
Before I can let it go on any further, can I just reiterate what you said before we even started playing these songs? These come from a day when motherfuckers had to sing, where you actually had to sing.
You actually had to have talent.
Yeah. The voices.
They sold everything to plain brown rappers right now, and you didn't know what they looked like.
Right.
Nobody come up off the shit. Because that's what
Right.
They felt their voice.
There was no editing.
While we stay together, through all thick and thin, I'll last till the end, caring for you, sharing with you. Happiness, togetherness, lovingness, foreverness. Love, I guess.
Hey, look, if my man on here was Mariah before Mariah became a woman.
Okay.
As time passes by, and all of our worries just die, we tend to wear a smile on our face that shows no disgrace
anyway.
for the love that we bear.
There were so many iconic songs that came from
carry on through all thick and thin. Our love will not end. Caring for you, sharing with you. Happiness, togetherness.
I just got to get to this one part that I'm gonna song off. I can't let it down. And you already know what part I'm talking about.
Once I hear it, I can stop.
Oh, and the instrument is real. The instrument is real.
Happiness, togetherness, lovingness, foreverness. It's love, I guess. That's why I'm blessed with peacefulness. Well, happiness, togetherness, lovingness, foreverness. It's love, I guess. That's why I'm blessed with peacefulness.
All right. I done gave him enough of it. We got to cut it off now. Bye-bye. Go find it for yourself. Go back and listen to the song. Heatwave.
That's the big thing. You back listening to it. Now.
Yeah, go back and listen to it.
Listen. it's wonderful that you chose it. Like I said, that was one of my favorite Heatwave records, the whole in its entirety, because it had some great songs on there, but iconic songwriters. Okay, Johnny Wilder only wrote 2 songs on there, who we know are one of the co-leads, him and his brother Keith, right? Johnny wrote 2 songs on that album, and it was Mind-Blowing Decisions and that one. And that's why I was glad that you picked that, because the entire rest of that album, Rod Temperature, baby. Rod Temperature. Anybody that knows anything about music and going down through the songwriters and the history of it, Rod fucking Temperature. He wrote that entire record, with the exception of Happiness, Togetherness, and Mind-Blowing Decisions. That was both Johnny Wilder.
Hey, give you. So now that you didn't transition over to Rod Temperton, though, throw out a little bit of how important this man has been to music. Like,
oh my God,
what has he been attributed to?
There's probably literally not a record that was written, a hit record, especially for Michael Jackson. You know, he did big things for Mike. He put Mike and Quincy heavy, but I think he probably is the only songwriter I can think of exclusively that's got major hits through all of these decades.
Yeah,
through all of these decades. He wrote out pretty much all of them on all kinds of people shit. But I was surprised when I saw that the many years that I saw it ago, that I was just like, what? And then that's when I started really checking for him. That record was what made me start checking for him, because we knew about Michael. Everybody knew about Mike. Didn't realize how much he was moving around. And he just passed away too, not too long ago.
Yeah, look, going all the way back, you talking about the many generations he was attributed to, going all the way back to Rufus and Shaka Khan. Like, the man wrote for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't know that he wrote Thriller. Half the stuff that y'all listen to, like,
he did just as much writing as Quincy did producing.
Yeah, half the stuff that y'all rock with, like, and let me blow your mind real quick, because y'all up here vibing, and you know what I'm saying, and you like, yeah, that's that shit. You know, you got like Rock With You and Off the Wall and all that other kind of stuff.
It'd be hard for me. I start hearing it in my mind. Nigga, I'm over here dancing on the inside like, oh shit, my eyes are closed.
Yeah, but look, putting all the rest of them up on game, you realize this was white. You realize this was a white man, right?
Yes. Oh well, I do. You asking?
I'm telling everybody else, and he wasn't just a white man; he was a British white man, so he wasn't even from here.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Attributed to all that stuff y'all love and call our stuff. So you know.
Hey, but because British gets down. The British people, man, they know a thing or three about some stuff.
A thing of three.
They know a thing or three about some stuff. Because a lot of the people that I listen to now, believe it or not, I end up Shazamming them or something and finding out all the newer stuff that I got. A lot of it is not. It's not black people and it's not American people. A lot of it, the stuff that I hear that I actually like. You know what I'm saying? I heard something this morning. I ended up Shazamming something in this is ridiculous. Where I went at the end and played it in the car, and it was busting. I ended up playing that mug about 5-6 times. I love finding new music, but it ain't never nothing, none of the American stuff. It's just not. It's always
but what I understand though is in a lot of the other countries though, you know, they still rock with the spirit of music. You know, they still like the love, the artistry of music, whereas in the United States, we've fallen in love with the commercialism of music. So you gotta go to some of them other places to actually be able to get pure songwriting and pure musician. You know, like they don't have it here. We talked about on the last episode. You give me a drum track and some kind of repetitive hook and make it as nasty as possible,
and that's all.
And we
just
can make
say
some
something. It's about being catchy. It's about being catchy. You don't have to say shit. Just make it catchy. Something that gets stuck in people's minds, and then There you go. And what better way to do that than play a segment of it on TikTok? Don't fuck around and make a dance to it.
So,
to it.
Where was you at? I'm gonna go back to the Bill Withers. Where was you at when you first heard that song?
I can't tell you that.
Can't remember?
I don't know. It's just like that's one of them that's always been a part of my life. I can't tell you when I haven't known that song.
So I remember when I first heard that song, and funny thing was I heard that song, and within weeks of each other, heard the Heatwave song. You know what I'm saying? About in the same time. So
they was new at the same time.
Yeah, so when we go back and we're from the days where we used to go over to the family house on the weekends, and the grown folks was playing poker and drinking or barbecuing or something, and the kids don't take your ass upstairs where the grown folks at. Everybody, all the cousins was downstairs in the basement or outside. You know what I'm saying?
Listening to my disco dance machine. He said me and my cousins we could go sit under the table and get my daddy's beer and bring it in, but that's neither here nor there. Go ahead.
Right now, so I had an aunt and uncle, and my aunt and uncle were like big music fans, and they used to have down in the basement where they would throw us out. They would put the kids downstairs, but there was a record player downstairs, and they had crates and crates and crates of records. And so we would sit downstairs while they was upstairs playing poker and drinking and all that kind of stuff. We would sit downstairs and play records, and we have our own little house party in the basement, little kids. So
that's how it went.
Yeah. So I listened to both of those records, accidentally finding them in them crates.
Yeah. There wasn't no accident. You was meant to hear that shit.
I was meant to hear it.
That created your love early. I commend my parents. I shouldn't commend them. I just should thank whoever controls it that, that I had people that were that into it that they had me exposed to it. Because everybody else would be outside, riding our little bikes and everything. And sometimes I would come in the house to get water, use the bathroom or something. And my daddy would be sitting on the side of his bed playing his bass. And I just go in there and sit Indian style in the floor like that and just listen to him because he was off. You know what I'm saying? And I remember those days. And I'm like, I'm just so thankful that I had that type of stuff around me, that atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Because this days, like I really, for real, like music, that shit be saving my heart sometimes. I'd be sitting here and I could be in some kind of mood and actually play something and come out of it or think of a solution or figure something out. It talks to me that way. I love that shit. That's why I said there's certain things you have to tell me if you're going to pull some shit out, because some shit somebody hit a note and I'll be over here for real in tears. Like, it's not a game. It is not a game. Because it's like when they notes, I can feel it in my own body. That shit is crazy, but I love it.
But look though, because when they wrote songs and they sang songs back then, they wrote it from their heart. Like these were like stories they was telling, and they were sharing their own experiences. Like this wasn't no made up stuff for clicks or likes. And half the songs you heard back then, if you heard somebody crying about a female, they literally, if you look in their life, probably just broke up with a female. Like they telling their truth.
But when it's able to affect you, like as long as I've been into this music, when I'm 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old and I ain't never had a boyfriend and I ain't never had no sex or had no type of relationships, and I can listen to that shit and I can feel it and it can bring tears, you just wrote a song. But that might be just from the writer's point of view. I don't know. No, you know what I mean? I've been writing shit my entire life.
But that's the whole point.
I wrote a book, nigga, in like the first or second grade, and my mama drew all the illustrations. They stapled it and everything. I made a book, and she then made me mad. It was in a bag, and I ended up losing. I had to redo it all myself with my own drawings, and I was pissed because my mama had drew beautiful pictures. You know what I'm saying? She draws. That's what my son got.
That's fine. That's the kind of stuff that I wish you still had.
Yeah, I wish I did too, because I got an A on the project, but it just pissed me off because I'm like, but my mama's drawings was better because they actually look like, you know what I'm saying? I did what I did, but her shit was shit. But you know,
That's the
I wish I
competitive first grade. Hers was supposed to be better.
Yeah. But I was really critical of my work. It meant a lot to me.
Hey, so I noticed you showed me something you got on. Can you talk about that? Because that's fire. That's fire. And I slick kind of want to have you give me
So I gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Because they know what that is.
You'd be surprised how many people have no clue what that is.
But they should.
They should. Anybody who hasn't seen the movie Above the Rim, go watch that. Go watch that.
That's the next thing. We gonna keep the nostalgia popping though, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Cause you like, where did you get that? I was at the shootout. I put the good in the baby.
I want one myself now. Hey,
okay.
So I got a couple more things I want to run up from you. I got a little game that I'm gonna start doing on here because you the music guru. You the one that like you have all the records and the history of it. So I'm gonna play a clip of a song. It's a newer song, and it's by one of your favorites. But it's a newer song. I'm gonna play a clip, and I want you. The name of the game is name that sample.
What?
So I'm gonna play a clip of a song. It's a song, or it's by an artist that's one of your favorites. All right, but when I play the song, it's a newer song, and when I play when I play the song, the game is called Name That Sample. I want to see you being with your music knowledge. Can you hear the sample?
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on.
We always known it. Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you priceless, despite that you antsy, huh? Yeah, we fight some, but we end up dancing, huh? I see you looking at me, you think I'm handsome, huh? Yeah.
Nobody knows more than you. These are times that we are living through.
All right. Look at your face.
I'm pissed because I just heard that for the first time. I just heard that for the first time like yesterday, and I let my boy hear it. And I've been saying since then, I hear something and I can't call it.
So you don't know the sample?
Me
I got you on one. So
you got me. Because I'm the beat person. Usually I hear something at the first note and I know exactly what it is. And I've been saying that since yesterday. I hear something. Don't tell me. Give me a second. Because I kept saying that yesterday. I was like, I hear something. And I'm trying to follow the base. Doctor.
I'm gonna put you and the rest of the world up on game right now. Because I know the sample. I know the sample, and I would have found it so I can share it with y'all. I'm just gonna let it ride for a minute so y'all can hear Tiana Taylor's part.
These hard times that we're living through, but maybe we'll go on. Lord knows we've got each other.
We got each other.
So kiss me hard and long.
All right.
I just heard that for the first time, and Will, that's my need because he's so underrated. It makes no fucking sense. But yes, okay. You got me.
I got you on this one.
Got me on the first show. Why you didn't put on what I got you with? Why you didn't put on here what I got you with?
My bad. My bad. See, but you know the messed up part about it is I thought you would actually know that.
And I did. I kept hearing something, and now what I thought I was hearing, it can't be that because it's that. So whatever it was that I thought I was hearing, I can't hear that, but I just kept going with that. And I'm like, I know that. Yeah, well.
Dr. Buzzard.
You got me.
Brother. Yeah. So I said, with you being the guru of music, I'm gonna create a game called Name That Sample, and I'm gonna find songs. I'm gonna find songs, and I'm gonna have you figure out the sample to them songs.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Because I'm always in some time. I can hear it.
Look, why do I got to, like, when we get off this podcast, I got a feeling you're gonna call me and cuss me out or something, like you sleep bad.
Surprised I'm not doing it now. I must be getting a filter.
Oh shit. But
yeah.
So I also want to introduce you to something. And I want, and then so I got another little segment that I'm gonna start running on our show called Next Up. And I'm gonna start showing. Next up. And I'm gonna start showing clips of like newer school artists that may be kind of under the radar, and let you kind of talk about them and kind of give them a spotlight. You know what I'm saying, to be able to introduce them to some new people and stuff like that. So this is a group that I actually sent you a messenger. So if you didn't see it, it ain't on me this time. But I actually sent you a messenger of this group, and I love these guys. Huh? Oh yeah, that
Did
means
you say on messenger?
Yeah, that's right. You didn't see it. But I actually love these guys. Look, it's three brothers. It's three brothers from Chattanooga, Tennessee, actually, and they've been flying under the radar for a little while. But what I love about them is that they actually have an old soul. They remind us of what it is that we talking about right now. As they go back and they're bringing back like real music. So they're singing songs. They're singing. Okay. So they're singing songs that touch our hearts. So I'm gonna play a little clip, but also as a bonus.
And I think that would be a good thing. And I hate that they under the radar because everybody is into copying what's hot right now. When Sacred Souls came up with that "Can I Call You Rose," I was like, everybody loves it, and I hope people decide I'm gonna copy it and make a song like that. That's how we gonna get back to it.
yeah.
Songs we gonna get. Go ahead.
I want you to listen to the voices on these three brothers. It's only one of them.
Something told me it was over when I saw you and him talking. Something deep down in my soul said, "Cry, boy." When I saw you and him walking around, I would rather go blind, girl, than to see you walk away from me, child, Lord. So you see, I love you so much, baby, that I don't want to watch you leave, no. And most of all, I just don't want to be free, Lord. Ooh.
I just saw it, and I didn't even watch the whole thing. He started, but I was finna get ready to go out. I saw that young man on my Facebook this morning for the first time. See, so I saw it.
So
I didn't see it.
It's three brothers. When I hear them together, they got the harmony, all the old school harmony and stuff like that. But three young brothers from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Listen, let me
What are they called?
Make sure you look at the bottom of your screen, people. The group is called City Limits. You can follow them on Facebook, YouTube, on Instagram. Their handle is @City Limits Official. Go follow these brothers. Support these brothers. They're trying to come up, and we trying to bring back real music, real singing, and like that's what I'm talking about right there. You know, bring the passion back to music.
That whole feeling.
Yeah, big props to them brothers. I'm loving what they're doing. I'm gonna support, and I'm gonna do everything that I can. If they put out a record or whatever, we're gonna promote it right here on this channel. Like I'm gonna do my best to make sure we get behind these young brothers and real music. But as a bonus, D Mac Diva, because our job is to educate people on where stuff comes from, I have the original version of that song he was singing.
The Great Etta?
The Great
Etta.
Etta James. For those that want to know where it came from.
Great Etta. You better know that.
Something told me it was over. When I saw you and her talking.
You know, because Beyonce played like Cadillac.
Something deep down in my soul said, cry, girl. When I saw you and that girl walking down.
The Great Etta James. The Great
Yeah,
Etta James. For
those one of the songs that could make you have feelings before you had those feelings.
That part. And right here on Old Heads Media, we ain't gonna never show you something or tell you something and not show you where it came from. Because our job is to introduce you to it so you can go back.
Because that's important, because shit, you might want to go find it. You might be like us, because when I get some good shit, man, let me tell you something. My boy put me up on Shazam.
Man,
it's been a problem ever since. I don't get the way I just go when I was watching one thing, that TV show, because you'll find most of your good music today watching shows and movies and shit.
Yeah.
Whoever was doing that whole score, because I think if I'm not mistaken, they said Solange had it for a season. But whoever was doing that shit on Insecure, that the HBO show Insecure got so much good music in it. That, and there's something that was coming on Bounce TV called Johnson. They had a little place where they went pretty much damn near every episode, like a little club they would go meet at, and then they would have an artist on there like they used to do on New York Undercover.
Yeah.
Damn. Come on now. Back me up.
Yeah.
You know, New York Undercover was the
shit. Yeah. New York Undercover. Everybody, that was one of them shows everybody said.
It was before Yoba got weird. It was before Malik got weird. Yeah, but no, they had somebody come on there. That's the first place I seen you. Come on, you know, dude got weird. Dude got weird as fuck. And for some reason, he got real crunchy. Because every time I see that man, his bottom lip be crunchy as fuck.
You crazy as hell.
I'm just saying, if he eat a cootie, he'll cut it. I'm sorry.
Watch your kids. Watch your kids.
Be like, just put your tongue out. Don't put your lip on it. It's like a dagger. But anyway, before he got weird, you know, they used to always have an artist come in and be at the little club they went to when they got off of work or whatever, wherever they all met up at. And they do that on Johnson. That was a good little TV show, too. It was just all about, it was about four best friends, all these black men. They were four best friends. And it just so happened they met when they were younger, but all of their last name is Johnson. So that's what the show is called. They just best friends, but they all got the same last name. It was a good little show. I liked it. But that's where I mean, like, tons of music. I'd just be laying in the bed watching TV or something and then have to Shazam some shit. Between that and going in like Chipotle, that's where I went today. Chipotle. Yeah. So I'd be going in there and like Panera and shit. Yeah, that's how I discovered Amber Mark, because she's a good one too. But we'll talk about her later. She's a newbie. She's newer, but
Okay.
I love her. She do a lot of abstract music.
That
It's
might be
real
another
dope.
one that might be another next up that we gotta talk about.
Yeah, we definitely got to bring her up because she's good. She's good as fuck. She make the kind of stuff that's like, it's just everything she got is like pure artistry. It's abstract. It sounds like nothing else that you heard. I like it a lot.
So,
And so
I want to ask you a question.
We got to talk about the star of a story. I wish you had set that up, because even though we decided we was going to do the songs that we picked off of the albums, I would like to just say that if you have an opportunity to listen to that Heatwave record, Central Heating, there's a song on there called The Star of a Story. Listen to it. I really hate that I didn't even tell you to cue that up, because that motherfucker is banging.
So what I'm going to do for you,
ever since we talked about it.
So what I'm going to do for you, if you guys haven't heard the song, make sure you tune in to the next episode, because I'm going to have it on there.
Yeah, we'll open with that just so I can be like, that was it.
Yep.
That was it.
I want to ask you a question real quick as it pertains to music. We were talking about like older music and newer music, and you were talking about like, you know, the new artists, and even I was talking about City Limits, you know, the ones that are trying to bring back real singing and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We had a phase, and I guess we still have some older school artists that you would classify in that genre. But we had a phase where we thought real music was coming back, where you had the commercial R&B, and then you had that neo soul. The neo soul had came in, and you had artists like the Jill Scotts and you know what I'm saying, and the you know.
If
Eric
you don't say her name next, we gonna have to fight. You already know. And the who?
Yeah, I said you have the Erykah Badu's. And
okay, I was gonna say.
You have the
when
India.
You talk about neo soul, they have to come first, because it was them and their sound that defined, you know what I'm saying, what neo soul was, what they call neo soul.
You had the, you know, Music Soul Childs and Eric Robersons and all of them that came into that category, where for a minute we thought that real shit was coming back. Where did that genre go?
And then
where did the genre go?
Did you know you could whisper through a whole song? You don't even gotta do no real notes. You just gotta go, and it'll get you through the whole song. I was like, it's a lot of that shit. And I just was like, what the fuck?
Why did they kill the genre off? I mean, some of those original artists still exist, but there's no, like, where's the it didn't grow.
I want somebody to hit a Regina Bell note that makes me have to buckle my seatbelt. That's what I'm looking for. I want your voice to come out of here.
Yeah.
Come all the way up and give me something. I mean, it's cool that you can whisper and make little soprano. You gotta make soprano sounds. That's what it sounds like to me. And then so many people are doing the same shit. If every song sounds like every song, then where's the variety?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it feels like.
I was asking you about that because the neo soul genre still exists, and there's still artists that are like living in that space. But there was a period in the early 2000s, and you know, there was a period where they were promoting the you know, neo soul, and then it just died. Like they stopped promoting.
Well, they fucked up when they called it neo soul. It ain't new soul. It was just real soul. That's probably
it was just real soul.
It was nothing new about it.
Right.
It was just real soul music is what it was. So you created a genre that's basically just saying, well, this is some more people singing soul music. But since it didn't come out then, I'm like, dude, it's not neo soul. It's just soul. But it's cool.
Just soul. It's soul.
Now what do you call it? That is now old.
Right. Oh, and I'm sorry, I left your boy off. I forgot to say Anthony Hamilton. You can't talk about that genre without talking about him.
Talking about who?
Anthony Hamilton. You gotta make sure he's in the conversation. So that's my bad.
Hey, his
That's my
beard be struggling, but that nigga can sing. His beard be struggling like motherfucker.
Said his beard be struggling.
Grab them 2 pieces of hair right here and be like, get that shit off your face. Nigga, what is that? You just got you got a beard on your cheek and then a tad on your chin and probably a crumb on your lip. It's like, what the fuck? It should be struggling. He can sing.
Don't come for us, Anthony Hamilton. These are the sole opinions of.
I'm just saying, everybody.
We in this together.
His beard is struggling. If anybody watching is like his beard ain't struggling, then please stop watching my shit because you know good and fuck well that beard is struggling. You know it, and then you go try to say like I said something wrong. I said he can sing though. My homegirl Kenya, she gonna get me. That's her dude. That's Kenya's dude. She gonna get me. She gonna be like, bitch.
We in this together. Real talk. You need to shave that shit off. But
just saying.
Hey, listen, y'all.
And he's saying he's one of those people that I would never put down. If he went to jail, I wouldn't quit fucking with him either.
That's a conversation for another episode because I actually want to talk to you about that.
I believe that he should be able to go on work release to do concerts or make records.
And on that note, that's gonna conclude this episode of The Overhead. Listen, y'all, do us a favor. Make sure you like and subscribe this channel, this video. We're gonna keep dropping them. Our plan is to release a new video every Friday. With the possibility of stuff coming out in randomly throughout the week too, whenever we feel like we got something we want to talk about. But count on us every Friday. You will get a new episode. So thank y'all for joining. Like and subscribe. Share this with a friend, family member. I am Mr. Michael.
And I am the Mac Diva, Big Gwen.
All right, y'all.
Peace out.
We love you whether you like it or not. Peace.